And there we are.
Nice.
Hey-o.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody, to Saturday Day Live. Hello, my friends, Ryan and Eric. How's your Saturday going so far?
Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. I get to hang out with you guys. Always the highlight of my Saturday.
Absolutely. Great Saturday. Great. Like I said, what a better way to start a Saturday, every Saturday. You know what I mean? To hang out with two awesome people, talk toys, nerd shit. It's all good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Hello, Wrinkly. Well, two guys and a cat.
That's right.
Wrinkly. Wrinkly is back to say hello. Say hey, Wrinkly.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When you were on, I don't know who's broadcast. Oh, when you were on, was it on Shooting the Shelf? when you had Wrinkly in your arms, or no, you had your other cat, and the cat was like meow in the microphone. It kept like meowing in the microphone. It kept like pushing its face against the microphone. I was busting up.
Yeah, had to be Wrinkly. There's only one cat.
Oh, then it was him. Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, Jeremy?
What's happening, dude? Oh. What's happening, Jeremy?
Mr. Gerard, welcome to the show, sir. Nice. Yeah, just sit back and listen in, paint some figures, and enjoy the conversation with us. It's awesome.
So right before we went live, Eric was telling us about his anxious planning and expectations for the Mythic Meetup in California coming up next week, right, Eric?
Next weekend, yeah, the 6th and 7th. Let me make sure of those dates here. Yes, the 6th and 7th of May, next Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be the Mythic Meetup up in Sacramento at Toy Fusion. So, yeah, it's going to be an awesome time. Just like I said, anticipating a good turnout of people. And like I said, just can't wait to hang out with a bunch of great, Cabal members and artists and new friends. And, yeah, it's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be awesome. Hello, Amber. Hello, Eric Miller. Trevor, what's up? Welcome to the show, sir, as always.
What's up, Trevor? Oh, snap. Jeremy is popping and swapping while checking out the show.
That's right.
What's up,
Yeah,
Eric?
It's great background noise, man.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
speaking of popping and swapping, I'm just popping open this orc builder pack from the Tactics Wave, and yeah, boy oh boy, have I been waiting for these for so long, man. It's so
That's
good
the
to
head
have
that
them.
I went with, man.
Yeah.
That.
I'm yeah, there's so many options here, dude. It's just, but yeah, this skull painted head, that war paint on that. That's so freaking awesome. Such a cool thing to paint them up like. That's so awesome. Yeah, I love it, man. Love it. It's just an amazing set of figures that have come our way finally for the time that we've waited. And man, I am highly impressed with like I said, this is so reminiscent of the first time I got the Barbarian Deluxe Legions builder pack and open that thing up. It's just, like I said, there's so many options here. It's crazy.
Besides the 2-pack, is that the only other one you opened so far?
Yeah, this is it. I actually have here, because I was gonna probably try to pop this open. I have the male elf builder too, the one that I got. The only one I didn't get, but like I said, I have so many I could easily trade somebody for one. The only one I didn't pick up was the female elf. I thought I had gotten maybe a couple of her, but I didn't. I ended up getting 8 of the orcs, 4 or 2 of the elves, and 2 of the female orcs is what I got. So, and then I got 3 of the 2-packs, which was kind of cool because the one that I opened, the box when it shipped it got crushed on the corner. So the corner of the box got crushed a little bit. So I was like, oh, that's an opener right there. So opened that one up, threw the box away. That one's done. That one's on display. The one that got signed and the other one were both perfectly mint. They're like, there's no damage to the boxes. So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, and the one that I got, the Forge Founder one that's signed by the studio, that one I'm definitely keeping, in box just the way it is, because I don't have.
Yeah.
That's actually the first thing I've ever had signed by the studio, so it's kind of cool to have that piece, since it, like I said, it was such a kind of a big deal to get that 2-pack in hand, and yeah, so yep.
Yeah, dude, speaking of stuff signed, when Amber wins every giveaway or contest, she won the I'm gonna butcher it, Okiatos from Legion's Lair that they got signed, I believe, at last year's PowerCon by the studio and everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber won that on Legion's Lair.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. That's awesome. Dude, yeah, you guys need to start playing the lottery, dude, because she wins everything,
not
dude.
us, her.
She
Needs to start playing the lottery.
Yeah, seriously, dude, she wins everything. I win nothing. Like I said, I was even surprised I won last year for the intern for a day. And big congratulations to everybody that won their opportunity to attend the intern for a day at the Four Horsemen Studios. I mean, it goes beyond words what an amazing event that is, and how welcoming the studio is to everyone that enters. And it's just it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to go behind the curtain and just see everything and how the process works, and meet all of the people behind the scenes, that the unsung heroes, so to speak, of something so awesome like Mythic Legions. And yeah, it's such a great time, and a great opportunity to kind of, like I said, break the ice with all of the fans that you're going to meet there, that are obviously part of the Cabal community, and you've probably talked to on many occasions, and now you're going to be in person. So my only suggestion is just introduce yourself to everyone, and shake hands and give hugs, and just open up. And because, like I said, you'll realize real quick, I mean, it's kind of weird. It is a weird situation when you do finally meet everybody in person, you know what I mean, for the first time. But once you break the ice and start talking about, like I said, this stuff that we love so much, I mean, it's just, like I said, you'll feel so at home. And like I said, the studio makes you feel so welcomed, and there's so many people there to answer any questions that you have and show you around. And like I said, it's just take it all in, man. Like I said, it's just such a once in a lifetime experience that just cannot be, overlooked. It's so awesome.
So are we getting word from people who got the email on that one?
Yeah. There was a big post. Jeremy actually posted for everybody to check their emails that the lotteries had been chosen. And yeah, a bunch of people were responding on that thread saying that, yeah, they had won, and yeah, they were really stoked to be attending. And a couple of sad faces from people that didn't win. But I mean, like I said, not everybody can go at the same time, because I mean, like I said, the fan base has grown exponentially and probably will continue to do so. So for them to throw on a show where they can contain it safely inside of their studio, I mean, like I said, they definitely have to limit it. And like I said, I would have put in my name for the lottery, but like I said, I've already done it, and it's, like I said, I could totally check that off of my bucket list, and I would love to be there again and again every year, just to, like I said, just to hang out, not even really just to do the studio tour, but just to hang out with everybody and kind of meet and greet people. And hopefully I'll be able to one day, kind of be able to be part of that, like at least for G-Con, to like, walk in and, as a featured artist on the Cabal, and, and as a kind of like I guess I don't know what you would call it. I'm someone that inspires, or what are the people, like a content creator, I guess, or you know what I mean, like just someone that's there to that people recognize, that can, like I said, help out in any way, or just, like I said, make people feel comfortable, being there and enjoying themselves. So yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's freaking, like I said, I'm jealous to say the least, to know what people are going to experience there. It's so cool.
So I will say this: the only bad thing about Mythic Weekend is the fact that it's finite. And in the car ride home, you're like, man, I wish I could just do this shit a couple more days. Obviously, it's not feasible.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I kind of went into a depression when I got home. Like, man, I'm not gonna wake up and just talk about legions and just hang with people.
Oh, dude,
all
I
weekend.
I do. I'm not even kidding, dude. I literally go into like a 3 month depression, like because I don't really like. I mean, I don't really hang out with anybody here. Like, I mean, I know people, and
Yeah,
I did, but I don't like. I've got like maybe I've got one major like toy collector friend here in the neighborhood, and he's a big YouTube guy. But I mean, we don't hang out on the daily. We just, maybe we'll talk every once in a while, like via like Messenger or whatever. But like, I don't hang with people. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a lone wolf. I mean, plus people don't usually keep up with my nighttime hourly schedule. So it's like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, and like I said, that's why I enjoy so much, the conversations that we have, as far as our chats on Messenger, or, like I said, or I look forward to the live streams. It's gives me the opportunity to finally like open up and, just cut it loose with people, man. But like I said, yeah, when I come home from Legion's Con, dude, there's definitely it really hits me hard. It's bad. It's like I can't paint, I can't do anything, dude. I'm like in paralysis. You know what I mean? It's seriously, it's like it's emotionally draining, because it's just like I have so much fun there, and I'm so happy to be around so many great people. You know what I mean? It's like, with all the bullshit that you have to deal with in life, man, it's like it's so cool to like have 4 complete days where you're just laughing your ass off, and just, you know what I mean? You have a smile on your face so long your fucking jaw hurts. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
where else in life do you do that? I mean, you go in everyday regular life, work, whatever, just, interactions with people out in the streets, whatever. It's like it just doesn't feel the same. So yeah, it's tough to walk away from after the 4 days of being there, for sure.
That's why you got to make sure that you do it like you have, enjoy the weekend to its fullest. Like, I know one lesson I learned was 2 years ago, 2021 Legions Con. I live in New Jersey, right? So
Yeah.
I theoretically I could just stay home, come home every night, and go back. And that's what I did in 2021. And if I have a choice, like reasonably have a choice, I'll never do that again, because some of the best things that you experience are just from being there and just being around.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So just whoever you're going to run into, like last year, waiting for the elevator, like, you don't know
Yeah, yeah.
who you're going to run into or whatever. And again, some of my favorite times were just, after hours, after the show was
Yeah.
closed, and everybody's just hanging out, in the lobby and all around, you just can't replace that. You'll just end up like you'll be in a circle talking with like 5 people that, like, somebody that you're friends with, somebody that you never met before, somebody that you only saw online, and it's like you'll never have these interactions anywhere else. So,
No.
I mean, I guess this is only really advice for somebody that lives close enough to have the choice. But if it is a choice for you, staying over either at the Legion's Con hotel, or now that it's sold out at one of the ones nearby, stay in one of those hotels is my advice. So get the
Oh,
full experience. And I think that plays into what you were talking about, Ryan, as far as like being bummed like when it's over. That's
Yeah.
totally natural. Anything that has like a buildup like that every year, it's totally natural. But one thing you can do to sort of alleviate that a little bit, I think, is to experience it, to the fullest.
yeah. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
like Eric said, you can't be afraid to talk to people. I went up to just random people that I've never had any interaction, and I said, "What's up?" And we just shot the shit because we're all there to enjoy the same thing.
Yep.
So I mean, unless they're having like a super bad day, I can't see them being like, "No, get away from me."
Right, right, right. Yeah. But like I said,
Eric, that's where we met, dude. That's the first time I met Eric LeBron, was
yeah.
and kind of briefly actually, right at Legion's Con, but it was awesome. Like, Ryan, we've been cool for a couple of years now. And again, it was like that. There's people that like I had known for like a couple of years. And it's just, we've talked about it before, as far as, what's up, Sean?
What's going on, Sean?
Just, these relationships develop naturally, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's I'd see Ryan. I'd met Ryan at Intern for a day, and then like you see each other at ToyCon New Jersey, and you see each other at that show, and like these like interactions, just one builds on the other. Like Greg McTavish is another one who, I've seen him here, seen him there, and then like one interaction sort of builds on the other, and that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I just want to throw this in. And I've heard through the rumor mill that 2021 intern selection was the best year to be there. I'm just saying.
Oh, I think objectively everyone agrees with that, right? It's kind of like, it's like
Absolutely.
the undefeated Dolphins, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like you can't argue with the numbers.
Yeah,
And when
exactly.
you've got that kind of talent, at an intern for a day, it can't be beat. So Jeremy reminds everyone, do not be afraid to engage with anyone from the studio. We are there for the fans. So come say hello and don't be shy. 100%.
Understatement, man. Understatement.
Yeah.
I can speak from personal experience from the very first time that, the first person from Four Horsemen Studios that I met and I like, knew who he was, Corn Boy. You know what I mean? Like I was like, holy crap! Like and this is like when I was just getting into Mythic Legions, and then like, that's true of everybody I've met, from Eric Treadway to Jim to Bill, Joe, Jeremy. Like everybody is like super, super cool. Like, and they're all like busy, especially Jeremy's like busy during these conventions, but like, I don't think I've ever been like turned down because, I geek out like everybody else. I'm like, this is awesome. Can we get a picture or whatever? And I've always like, Jeremy's always stopped and taken a picture with me. And so have all the other guys, Eric signed figures for me before. So it's just cool, man. Like it's everybody's, I think I remember in the lead up to Legions Con last year, people, it was a big question like, all right, what's your favorite part about Legions Con? Is it this? Is it that? Or whatever? And really most of it comes down to the people. And that's 100%. Good advice here. Good advice. Do not touch Corn Boy. Don't.
Yeah. Yes. Don't touch Corn Boy, please.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, don't touch anybody unless invited to. Walter. Obviously, Walter's such a great ambassador. So
you could touch me.
And yeah.
I was waiting.
And Walter runs around like a freaking madman.
Yeah.
And
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy, busy at Legions Con? No, not at all.
Even when he's super busy, he still like, unless he's like it's a pressing issue, he stops and takes a picture. That's a guy. And you got to talk to him during Legions Con, because if you try to talk to him after, you won't be able to hear him because his voice will be gone.
Hey, I lost my voice, so
yeah,
I can attest to that. I freaking totally lost my voice.
Yeah, I still get the idea. I don't know this. This is not personal knowledge, but I get the idea. Jeremy's not exactly a night owl either. Like he seems like more of like a morning person. You might not catch him late at the after hours, right? Late night.
Yeah. No, Jeremy. I mean, but like I said, man, for the fans and for the weekend and for the experience, Jeremy turns it on just like all of us do. You know what I mean? He goes 110% for 4 straight days, just like every one of us. And it's just like, and like I said, it's so worth it, man. It's so worth it for everybody to enjoy the experience, especially all the newcomers who like don't really know the vibe. And like I said, even my first time, the 2021 experience. Like I said, I had been part of the Cabal for over a year at that point, and had talked to so many of you and interacted with so many of you on the Cabal itself. But it was when I walked in the doors of the hotel and there was like 40 people that I had just met for the first time. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was like shell shock. You know what I mean? I was like, I just froze up. I'm like, like I didn't know what to say to anybody. I was like, and I kept asking Walter, because of course I knew names, and a lot of people use like emojis or whatever for their whatever, their profile pic or whatever. And I kept like, Walter, who's that guy? And Walter, who's that over there? Walter, who's that again? And it's like, because me and Walter were hanging out pretty much the whole time because he had picked me up from the airport with Greg. But yeah, like I said, finally meeting all these people in person, I was just like, oh my God. But like I said, after the whole experience, you got that comfort zone and you just kind of got into your groove. So when I went in 2022, man, it was on. I was like taking pictures with everybody, and I mean, it was like I was so much like 100,000 times more comfortable walking into that scene, even with all the new people I was meeting. But especially, like I said, when we see guys like me and you and Trevor and Walter and all the other artists that we've kind of come to know, going now that we're going on our 3rd year of the con. It's like I said, it's so awesome. It's like seeing your best friends. You know what I mean?
And some breasts, yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
Trav
did,
whips them out.
I did want to say for Walter too. Walter's such a great ambassador. Like Walter was one of the first. I think for a lot of people too, Walter's one of the first people to sort of like personally, like literally and figuratively, like sort of embrace you. Like I remember when I went to intern for a day, I knew nobody. I had not, I knew nobody that was there. I had, met a couple of the guys like at Toy Con, New Jersey, just like at the table, like, oh my God, hi, and then like taking like a picture, like, ah. But other than that, I had never like met anybody, and everybody was so cool, and I tell this story all the time. What's up, Tim? That so that I just was enjoying sort of like being with everybody and interacting with everybody and talking and all this stuff. And, it just, we were all there sort of just as fans, not just as fans. Being a fan's awesome. But then it was like later on, like, I don't even know if I really understood until I got more into the Cabal. And also when I got to Legions Con, like all of these people that like I had met and hung out with for the first time, and we were all just being fans together. They're all like really awesome, like pillars of the community, like creators. There's like Eric Miller. All of a sudden I go, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't like, and I go to his table and he's got some of the like most incredible like creations ever. And Anthony from Noble Bear Customs and the guys from Immortal Collections, and the list just goes on and on and on. So it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, too, I mean, for me, being at Legions Con from the prior year, going and not only, like I said, being with the the returning artists and peers that were with us at 2021, but also meeting all the new artists that were just amazing and inspiring, and just like I said, just so thankful and happy to be able to make those new connections and friendships. Like it's just Lenny Kingpin Patino.
100%,
I
yep.
mean, just oh my God, his work was just outrageous. And Reynolds Cruz and like there was so many other guys that, like I said, that I had met for the first time that I had not met at 2021 because they didn't attend. And it's just like, man, it's just like I love how much talent and just raw energy that this community just draws in, and especially Legions Con, because it's all wrapped around the same ball, and it's just like I said, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. It's just such an awesome effect that we're having on people out there that are kind of been waiting to, like I said, experience something like this. So yeah, it's just great, man.
Well, yeah, Pablo Lopez. So I had only known Pablo from like his pictures online and from like Unparalleled Universe, like live streams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started talking to this guy at Legions Con, and it was Pablo, and we chilled out a couple of times during Legions Con, and I was like, oh, this is awesome to like meet people in person and kind of like get to know them. And you're like, oh my God, oh, that's you, like that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's get to a little. I did real quick throw a couple of things together, and
Saturday
I even
Day
got
Live,
the date.
bro.
Right. Saturday Day Live, bro.
There it
First
is.
up, we were talking about this before we went on. We talked about it a little bit a couple of minutes ago, Eric. But you are heading up to the Mythic Meetup next week, May 6th through the 7th. Now, can you just explain to us a little bit again? I know that the event is a little bit different, Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah,
May 6th and May 7th. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the Mythic Meetup is sponsored by Toy Fusion, which is I believe it's a like a small toy store that's up in Sacramento. And so basically the layout that they're going to have, it's going to be like a kind of like a small toy con or toy show on Saturday, along with a full representation and table with Four Horsemen Studio products, Mythic Legions figures, and there's going to be a whole slew of special guests. Myself, Nate Barch, Walter Hagen, Iz Ramirez, a bunch of different artists are going to be represented there. Too, David Williams and a few more. He Mike. So we're going to just be doing a huge full blown Mythics, thing on Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be, from what I know, I might be mistaken, but I think the Sunday is actually, it's going to be almost like a parking lot sale, like a full, like free, like a flea market toy, kind of thing. So I mean, I know there's people that are very used to going to flea market style toy swaps and sales, but I've never been to one, so I'm not really sure what to expect from that. So, but yeah,
That's
Saturday,
so
Saturday.
California. That seems so California though, like an outside outdoor like toy swap meet.
It's funny you say that, and it's not though. It's not here in California. We used to have a lot of swap meets, but I mean, swap meets are like with people just selling their random junk. You know what I mean? But finding toys at swap meets, no, it's never been a thing here. Plus, for me, like I said, I mean, I always feel so guilty because I've always had Frankensons here, so it's like I've never. That's why I've never. I mean, not until 2019 did I ever attend a con. I never went to a Comic Con or a Toy Con or anything. Not until 2019.
That's wild.
That was the first time I ever entered a con. I've never been to one
for
because
somebody,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for somebody that's been collecting toys for so long, that's wild to like, that. And California has had some of the, the best or most well-known conventions out there. So it's
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah. Look, we've had San Diego Comic Con. I mean, that's like the pinnacle of all toy conventions to nerds. And I've never once, I've never had any interest in going. Never. Because like I said, everything I've collected, whether it be vintage or something that just came out, just something that just dropped, I would go into Frankensons, I would talk to my fellow, vendors there, and I would have it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, from comic books to, like I said, vintage He-Man or Star Wars or what have you, to brand new, back then, let's say Toy Biz or Spawn figures or, McFarlane stuff that was dropping like hot off the press. It was in hand. You just had to go down there. And like I said, I can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait for either of you guys to be able to come out to California so I could take you out there to experience it. It's just ridiculous, like how amazing it is. And to know that, like I said, when I went, because they just barely, I think it was maybe a year or 2 years ago, they changed the dates on it, but it was always open on every Wednesday and Saturday. So now it's open Wednesday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So now it's open 3 days a week because it's so freaking huge. It's amazing. And like I said, it takes up they utilize an old Sam's Club warehouse to hold everything in. So it's like, so you can kind of gauge like how big it is. You know what I mean, inside.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before too. Is that like I do plan on coming out there, and one of the main things I want to hit is Frankensons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up again to Facebook user, my good buddy?
What's up, dude?
So if you're going in through the Dork Lair Facebook group, don't forget that there should be a little thing you can click in the text of the post where you permit StreamYard to show your name. If you don't want to, that's fine. That's totally cool. But if you do want your name shown from Facebook, that's what you have to do.
Also, if you are watching on YouTube and you haven't given my man a like or subscribe, go ahead and please do that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Ryan.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, man. Eric, is it cool if we look at some of the customs that you've been working on diligently recently that
Absolutely.
you might be bringing to this Mythic meetup?
Absolutely.
And dude, they are great.
So I think this is first. I think this is the big picture. Is this everything as far as custom figures you're bringing?
This is pretty much the haul that I'm going to be bringing. Yeah, a couple of them are older pieces, but most of them are newer pieces. Yeah, I'm kind of like starting to look at my inventory and like my collection of older customs that I've had for a few years on the shelves, and it's like, okay, like I think I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to let go of a couple of these, but yeah, I'm bringing some new stuff as well. So yeah, I just wanted to give an array of choices to people who are out there looking to maybe purchase a first time or maybe a possible second custom piece for their collection.
When we were on with Trevor last week, we talked a little bit about this, but your gargoyle customs, they're so freaking cool, man. And I see you've got a couple that you're bringing with you.
Yeah. Like I said, like I said, I still have a couple of, weapons and stuff to paint up for a couple of these figures, including the gargoyles. I got to give them a couple weapons, but yeah, it was one of those things. Big shout out to Jeremy for the inspiration on that custom when he designed these head sculpts from Wolf King Customs. Yeah, it's just like I said, I saw him painted up, and it was an idea that I had thought about a long time ago, and I saw Jeremy actually he had shared his actual first custom that he brought to I forgot what it was. He talked about it before his first gargoyle custom. I don't know if it was Intern for a Day that he brought it to or something that he actually showed it to the studio, and the guys were just totally blown away by it. And when I saw that custom, way back then when I first got on the Cabal, I messaged Jeremy and asked him to share the recipe. And at that point in time, all of Jeremy's custom stuff he was sharing on his Pumpkin King or Pumpkin Head or Pumpkin King or whatever website that he had specifically made for all of his custom work, and it had all the recipes there. And so GCon 2018, yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, he had shared at GCon. So
Awesome.
yeah, I just latched onto that recipe and gave it my best shot, and turned out a great piece. And like I said, from there forward, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be in my wheelhouse as far as custom stuff that I make. But like I said, big shout out to Jeremy for like I said, such an awesome recipe and such a fun custom to make. And I think they always turn out great every time you do one. They're just so much fun. And like I said, the finished product I think looks so great.
Well, I mean, you were talking about, they might need some weapons. I mean, this guy in particular kind of needs an axe, right? I think you'd agree.
Yeah, either an axe. I have a couple spears, I have a couple hammers, and I paint them all up in that like stone color, and like I said, I fit them in their hands and see what works, and like I said, whatever goes. I'll probably bring a couple different options, so if people want to, like I said, take one and take an extra weapon with them, if I'll be happy to give them the extra weapon.
I mean, you might want to check Wolf King Customs. They had this really great axe. John of Fire, something like that would be a good choice if they still had them left. I know they were hot sellers.
Yes, sir.
I bought a lot of them.
Yeah, I would have brought. I would have picked up a couple of the Ericolis LeBron swords, but those were sold out. So
well, somebody bought them all. I heard. I heard somebody bought them all.
Hopefully, he prints up a bunch of them for Legion's Con. So that way you can pick them up in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to try to paint up this right here. This guy, this is Ma Lin. So anybody that's in Mark House Seals and whoever else is in charge of the group, the Goblin group, Malignancy, this is the Goblin that's sort of going from member to member, and you can like customize them a little bit and give him some weapons, and you take some pictures and stuff. And I've had him for far too long because I've been having a lot of fun with him. But he's about to get on his way pretty soon. But the last thing I want to do is paint him up an axe. But I did paint these pauldrons. So nice. I wanted to give him a little bit of metallic stuff going on here. Like he stumbled across a knight or something sleeping, stole the pauldrons. And, this is what he looks like right now. So it's
that's pretty cool. So he's open to customizing at each stop, huh?
Yeah. So you're allowed to do anything you want, except you can't touch the head. You can't touch the head, but anything else like is fair game. You can paint, you can do whatever.
Oh, that's awesome. That's an awesome idea. I like it.
Yeah. So we took them to during my kids' spring break. We didn't go away for the kids' spring break this year because we just got other stuff going on. But one of the things we did do is we did take the kids to a zoo, the Turtleback Zoo here in New Jersey, and I brought this guy along. So
Yeah.
got some photos. I posted up a couple. There's a couple more that I have that I'm going to post up. So he went for a couple of adventures. I did, when he was at the zoo, lose his loincloth somehow.
Oh,
So that's gone. But I have, luckily, I have an extra Mephitor. We'll replace that loincloth. And maybe that's a sign that needs to get painted as well. But I thought that was kind of that's like a cool, like, fun thing.
You're like, that's my custom touch to it. I just took his loincloth away.
Yeah, that's it. I just stole some shit, I just jacked him for his loincloth.
He looks better without a loincloth. Yeah, that's it.
A little bit, it got a little hot there. So
it's awesome.
So that's it. And I'm not even like a big painter. Like I mean, not that I don't like it. I just haven't done it that much. But man, when I do, like, it's just very relaxing.
Yeah,
like very
absolutely.
Cool. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
That's why I wanted to bring him up. And then before we got too far, any of these in particular you wanted to pull out, Eric, and talk about? Like, I know personally,
we can
go back. So here's a good one. I love, and you said that this is kind of like going out of your comfort zone a little bit, these purples that you've got on a couple of the dwarves here. Like, yeah. I think that looks awesome, and I love color. So I love that you're doing this, dude.
Yeah. Like I said, I've the last few years, I mean, obviously I'm so inspired by the, the old, the sword and sandal genre of, like, movies like Conan the Barbarian and Clash of the Titans and, all that kind of stuff. And of course the newer stuff like the Lord of the Rings stuff. But I've always looked at the aesthetic as far as like how like armors are painted or whatnot. And a lot of it's always like it's the dark washes on the metals with the worn, like, weathered look to it. And I mean, that, like I said, looks fantastic each and every way, and so many different ways that you can kind of flip that switch and put those applications on. But like, this year I was kind of looking into kind of, like I said, stretching my boundaries and going out of my comfort zone with paint applications, and looking at some of the older figures, especially like Jiran RuneShaper, and looking at the color scheme that the studio went with that particular figure comparatively to so many other figures in the line. It's like, that's such a standout color, and it's just so wild, and so, like I said, so creatively, just out of the box. It just, like I said, it's just such an inspiration to see something like that. So, like I said, this year I've been looking at a lot of pieces, and especially too knowing that, anticipating the cosmic waves to be, getting in hand, and thinking of new crazy, cosmic style color schemes to put on some of these things. Like I said, I wanted to expand that into the world of mythos and with these legions. And like I said, there's so much fun to take these simple, deluxe builders and just take something that's so standard and just, like I said, just explode it with colors and just try something that's, like I said, that hasn't been done before, or like hasn't been attempted. So yeah, and this particular piece, because it was just one of those things that kind of had been on my mind, but getting the I did that trade for the 89 Mezco bats, and once I got that in hand, the only thing I could think of was Joker, and thinking about him, and I don't know, something inspired me, and I just the green and purple, I was just like, I don't know why, I just have that on my mind, and that's basically where this guy's inspiration came from, was from the Joker from Batman.
That's really cool, man. So you just had sorry, you might have literally just said this, but I was trying to work on something else over here. So did you mention that you just ended up with a new Joker figure?
I did. Yeah,
okay. Just oh snap.
Yeah, because I had just
not where it broke the piggy bank either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thankful that I didn't but yeah, I freaking ended up getting the Mezco Joker, because like once I had that Batman in hand, I'm like, oh man, I need a Joker, because I actually have I actually have the deluxe or the, I don't know, I guess she's like the standard version of Harley Quinn, the Mezco one. So I have her, and now I have a Batman, and only one I was missing was a Joker. So yeah, I ended up reaching out to a few friends, and someone found me one for a freaking fantastic price, and I just couldn't pass. I was like, yeah, I gotta have them. So yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, like I said, I've had Joker on the mind, so on the brain. So I mean, like I said, obviously this piece here, this custom is a result of that, But like I said, outside of that, just like I said, just attempting just new things and just trying new styles of paint and just seeing what people like, man. I mean, I don't know. I just, like I said, there's so many, the sky's the limit on the way you can do these things. And every time you think you kind of, I don't know, not necessarily got the market cornered on a paint style, or you go to something like Legion's Con, or you see 20 different posts of people that have done new customs, and you're just like, oh my god, like look at that, like who would have thought of that? You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's so inspiring, man. So yeah,
Is this the guy in the back? Is that the McFarlane figure?
yeah.
Base?
I did a repaint on him, on all of his armor and stuff, and yeah, I did a full repaint on that figure, and like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. It was just a really fun figure altogether. Just as a, it's just kind of like a big brute scale, gorilla with some awesome armor on him. But I didn't particularly care for the original color scheme that they had on him, so I based it in a black matte and just dry brush some really awesome like armor tones on them, and some gold and or like some brushed rustic gold or whatever on them. So yeah, I thought I did a pretty good job. Like I said, the pictures do him no justice. You'd have to see him in hand to kind of see the paint job on him, but
They never do, right? They never do.
like I said, yeah, I don't particularly care. I mean, I try to take pictures as best I can with the best lighting I could possibly deliver on my pictures, but even when I look at the pictures, I'm like, God, this doesn't even, like, you can't even tell like how much detail or how how well or good this figure looks like until you see it in hand. And then, like I said, when people do see them, they're like blown away. It's just too bad that they can't see them all the time. You know what I mean? Before they get sold, or people that can't make it to Legion's Con or whatnot, because they don't get to experience this, like I said, firsthand. Just like so many other artists, some of the other customs out there, it's like the pictures, like it just does not even do it justice to what it looks like in person.
So I see. So you got a critter head in the back, samurai bunny.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And yet your samurai theme carries through a couple of your characters here, which I know
Yeah.
you're a big fan of.
Oh
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
little guy in the front. Who is this little guy in the front? What's the base there, and what's the story of that little figure in the front here?
The female figure is was my interpretation. I did a while back. It's a female version of the Mandalorian. It's an ode to the Mandalorian and child.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The
Okay.
only thing,
I get it.
I'm sorry. The only thing that I didn't put on her, but I don't know where I put the piece. I have to add it to her. I actually have her with the what's that damn, with the the trident that they have for Mythic Legions. I have that on her back, and it almost looks like the long rifle that he carries on his back. You know what I'm talking about? So
Yeah.
that's the only piece that's missing on her. But yeah, that's what that is. She's an ode to the the Mandalorian and child. It's like a female version of it.
That's freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
What's the base for your baby Yoda guy?
He was he was just one of those extra pieces that came with like a McFarlane, one of the McFarlane sets. I don't recall which one from. It was from McFarlane Toys, but he was just a little goblin or whatever that was part of like I think he like rode on the back of like some animal or some shit. I don't know what it was. And the little walking stick he has, I actually took that. I had like a piece of dowel rod or whatever, and I painted it like a brown and cut it down to size for him, so he has like a little walking staff. Stefan, what's up?
What's happening, man?
What up, Holmes?
So this
Yeah.
is cool. All right. Really cool stuff, man.
Thank you.
Let's-
Thank you,
before
brother.
before we move on, Unfortunately, I won't be able to make this Mythic meetup, but it does sound awesome. All I would say, man,
yeah.
is just don't go in with no expectations. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, you know what? If I go there and I just, hang out and chill and talk to some people for a while, and I don't sell any customs, I'll be fine. Because here's the thing: anything you don't sell at the Mythic meetup, is going to be gone at Legion's Con if it makes it that long. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
we
Especially
put a lot
that.
of work in, man. But the stuff looks awesome.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you so much. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, 100%, dude. I mean, like I said, beyond just being able to get out of the house for 4 days and go hang out with a bunch of toy nerds. Come on, dude. There's nothing better in the world. This, like I said, and knowing that I only do the one show, Legion's Con, per year, to have something to do, 2 shows in 1 year. Yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna really dig it. Plus, like I said, I get to stay with Walter and his family for 4 days, and just like I said, it's going to be beers and tacos and just straight nerding out. And I can't wait to. And that's another thing. I can't wait to experience Walter's collection. You know what I mean? That's going to be like the highlight of my weekend, to go in his house and see all of his mythics, and just it's going to be awesome.
man, tacos.
Yeah,
Either tonight or tomorrow night. I gotta have tacos for dinner. I think, right?
yeah, it's going to be on, bro.
Maybe take out tacos tonight, and then tomorrow night, Sunday family dinner, homemade tacos.
Yeah. Never too many, bro. Never too many.
All right. So another recurring theme that we always talk about all the time is Batman.
Yes, sir.
Hot Toys Batman. We've all got the Hot Toys Batman on the way. We all got the Mezco Batman. We've talked about him. And bang. So Bat Bros, bro.
Yeah.
So of course McFarlane came out with his 7-inch scale Batmobile, right, for DC Universe. And people have started getting that in hand. Ryan, you got yours, right? And this is yours, but this is not what it looks like out of the package, dude. Fill us in a little, please.
So out of the package, it is shiny as all hell.
What's up, Curtis?
What's up, Curtis?
What's going on, Curtis? And the I guess you would call it the canopy or whatever.
Yeah.
So
the canopy.
So it's like I would say it was like a charcoal gray for the body, and the canopy was like a lighter gray. So it was like a two-toned thing. And I happened to come across a video on Instagram, and it was his Instagram handle is figures.jpg.
Yep.
And he did a tutorial where it comes out like this. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing it as soon as I get it. I didn't even waste any time. I put the tape on it and I mat that shit. And I was like, I got to get rid of it.
100% better, bro.
Yeah. The canopy, I just took like apple barrel paint and just painted it black and then coated it again.
Nice. Dude,
100%,
dude.
Yeah, it's way infinitely better.
Oh yeah, dude. I have to have this now. I have to get this Batmobile now. It just, like I said, so does it.
The only thing that sucks is that so now I think the only way you can get it is if you buy the bundle from the McFarlane toy store.
Don't worry, dude. I'll find it.
Yeah, well, you'll have no problem because you got a ton of shit to trade, and you're like a wizard with that shit.
Yeah, I'll find it, dude. For sure, I'll find it.
Highly Articulated says, has somebody been tasked with sorting out the taco situation for Legion's Con this year? No, and that's a good point.
Right.
We need a taco chair. We need somebody to be the taco chair. I don't know. I'll do some work on my end. Maybe I'll talk to Greg, Big Greg, or somebody and see, who's going to be the main taco connect, because now this the hotel this year is in Whippany. So that's more close, like Morris County area. So it's right on Route 10. The funny thing is that the hotel where Legion's Con is at this year is not all that far. It's like 7 minutes away from my office. My office is in Florham Park. So sometimes I'll head up to Route 10, this general area during lunchtime, and grab lunch and/or hit up Target or Best Buy real quick. So I would have to check it out. I'll do some reconnaissance on my end. Curtis says, "Grats on intern Amber." Again,
Is New
congratulations,
Jersey is
Amber.
New Jersey known for good tacos? You guys have good taco places out there? I mean,
It's
Yeah.
hit or miss. I would say I would call it hit or miss. I gotta be honest with you. My favorite tacos that I have around here are just homemade tacos.
right. Well, anything homemade, yeah, beats anything else. I mean, outside of, I mean, like, let's say, like, I don't know. I mean, New Jersey in general. What's your thing as far as food? Is it the pizza? Like
Um,
New York? Is it an East Coast thing? You know what I mean? Or you got, what are you guys known for?
I would say pizza. Pizza would probably be the number one thing. Italian food in general, I would
Right.
think.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like everybody's got pizza spots throughout New Jersey. Everybody's got their pizza spot, and I have mine even where I live, which is like, the hills of Hunterdon County, like Northwest New Jersey.
Yeah.
The pizza that like means the most to me is Jersey Shore pizza.
Mm.
And that means it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of a thinnish crust, big giant slices, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm a topping guy. I'm a huge topping guy. And that's like the only pizza that I basically enjoy, just no toppings, no nothing. Maybe
Just
some
straight
garlic
cheese.
salt, maybe some red pepper flakes. That's it.
Nice.
know, with
Jeremy says bagels. Bagels is a big thing in Jersey.
He's right. He's 100% right.
Hmm.
Bagels is a huge Jersey thing, so much so that I think I have this story right, and I'm probably going to mess up his name, but John Offerdahl was a football player back in the day for the Miami Dolphins, and I forget if he was originally from this area or maybe just had bagels whenever they would play the Jets or something like that, but he opened a bagel shop in Florida. And I don't know if this is true or not, but legend was that he imported New Jersey water down to Florida to make the bagels because somehow the water makes the bagels taste different.
It's funny. I mean, I've been to New York because I had family that lived in New York. I've been to New York like 5 times, and everybody in New York always said that. That's why the pizza tastes so much better and so different than, like, let's say California pizza, is because of the water that they used in the dough. And I was like, how does that make any difference? But it totally does. It's a totally different tasting pizza from East Coast to West Coast. Completely different. It's crazy.
And it's true. So a classic breakfast in New Jersey too is bagels or any type of bagel sandwich.
I got you know what? I feel like I missed out. See, these are the kind of things that when I each year I return to New Jersey, I want to experience something more, hometown. Like, I want to eat more pizza. I want to have bagels. I mean, I ate at freaking, like I said, at Starbucks breakfast sandwiches. It's like, what the fuck's that? I could eat that anywhere. You know what I mean? I want to go to like an old, coffee house that has, freshly made New Jersey bagels and stuff, or like, a real, hole in the wall pizza joint that's making like the best, hometown, Jersey style pizza. That's what I want.
There's some
Not to
good
sidetrack.
spots.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Not to sidetrack too much, but where do you fall on that? I guess that old argument. What is it? Taylor ham or pork roll? Is that what it is?
It's pork roll. It's
Okay.
pork roll. Jeremy's not incorrect saying Taylor ham here. So what Ryan is referring to, for people that don't know, is that in the Northeast, especially New Jersey, but in the Northeast area, there is sort of a battle, as in, do you call it pork roll or do you call it Taylor ham? Now, if you go in any place in New Jersey and you say pork roll, egg and cheese, or you say Taylor ham, egg and cheese, they're going to know what you're talking about. But I'm from the school where it's pork roll. Taylor ham is technically a brand name of one of the kinds of pork roll. So I always, PREC, baby, pork roll, egg and cheese, SPK, salt, pepper, ketchup.
So when you say a pork roll sandwich, is it like a slice of like Jersey style like ham on the bagel with like a bagel sandwich, or is it?
Pork roll is sort of like a processed Canadian bacon type thing.
Okay.
It's like a-
But it is kind of it is
Yeah.
like a slice, like a bacon slice. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Oh,
Jeremy says, I'm not from New Jersey, so I get to pick what I call it. And Taylor ham sounds more appetizing than pork roll. See, that's why it's even more Jersey. Pork roll. You know what? How do we make this sound more disgusting? Let's use that name, pork roll. You know what I mean? Which I guess is accurate because it's
That's
a
what-
processed roll of pork.
That's what Kermit calls Miss
Yeah.
Piggy before they hop into bed.
Oh my!
Oh,
Yes. Oh,
But like everybody's
Canceled.
got their order. Like, and we have a bagel place, you know, and again, every town is going to have their own bagel place, not a chain, just a regular. Like, I live in the town of Clinton. My bagel place is Clinton Bagel, right? And we have the same order every week. You know, I get pork roll, egg, and cheese on an onion bagel, salt, pepper, ketchup. My wife gets the bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on an everything bagel, and my son gets pork roll, egg, and cheese, plain bagel, nothing on it. And then my daughter, she gets like a blueberry bagel or something like that. But yes,
nice.
I will get you some good bagel sandwiches for sure.
Absolutely,
November.
dude. Absolutely. Oh, I'm a
Trevor said just
bagel
bacon.
sandwich.
Typical
I'm
New
a-
Yorker, typical
just-
guy from Long Island over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
get bacon.
Californian. That's me. I'm just bacon and egg. You know what I mean? Like bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, please. You know what I mean? Like it's just bacon.
and
to me.
Curtis, I will say this: I appreciated the hell out of you. I tried to give you money, and you flat out refused it. But Curtis bought a ton of pizza for
for everybody.
everyone to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Curtis,
that was
you're
awesome,
a great
Curtis.
fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
Although Curtis, wait, is that what you were talking about,
Hashtag
Curtis?
F Pedro.
Curtis was like, ever since then, he's been like, man, freaking Rygon, man. He owes me money for that pizza. He still hasn't paid me months later. So
Yeah.
I guess that's what he was talking about.
You're
No,
going
I
on the
tried to
Pedro
pay him.
list.
I tried to pay him, and so when they put a cup in the middle, I threw the money in the cup. Hopefully, the cup made it to Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis is just too generous, man. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. Oh man. But yeah, how about out there in Pennsylvania, dude? What's the local flavor out there? What do people eat in Pennsylvania? What are you known for?
So I'm near the Philly area.
Okay.
I'm right outside of Philly. So I guess you would say the cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
And they a lot of people swear by it, but I think it is absolute garbage. It's the Pats and Geno's. There are so many better cheesesteak places to get in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
Pats
We
and Geno's
actually
are
we actually
terrible.
had a chain out here in California that was phenomenal, had phenomenal cheesesteaks. They were called Philly's Best. And it was cool because they actually, all of their breads that they made their sandwiches, and they had like a whole array, like they had a rack out by the, like in the lobby area of the place where you paid, like at the cash register. They would have
Mhm.
racks of like, I guess you would like to comparative, they were like almost like the snacks you get from like Hostess, like ding dongs and zingers and Twinkies and stuff like that, but they were actually from Philadelphia. It was like a Philadelphia brand of snack cakes, and they
Yeah.
would order them in from I can't recall the name brand of them, but they were all from Philadelphia, and all the bread that they had in the shop was delivered like fresh from Philadelphia. Like it was something about it. It was all, and dude, beyond comparison to anything else I had ever tasted as far as a Philly cheesesteak. They were freaking amazing. And then they disappeared. They I don't know if they went out of business, but they were gone. It was like, and we had a couple of them around the area, and now they're gone. And I've never ever tasted a Philly cheesesteak that was as good as those ones. But yeah, I could, like I said, imagine getting a true Philadelphia cheesesteak, you know, from the source. I mean, yeah, that's got to be the hit there.
That's something else, though. There's some really good cheesesteaks in New Jersey. Like if you,
Oh, I'm not doubting it.
like if you go to like Pat's and Geno's, those are the like the two famous, you know, spots or whatever.
Trash.
They're fine, but that's
No,
not.
they're trash.
When I order a cheesesteak, that's not what you're getting. Like you're getting like the experience there is to go to Pat's or Geno's, and you get like, you know, the cheese whiz and the steak, and
No,
it's like a
you gotta-
quick order.
I've heard people been refused service if you don't say whiz with or whiz
Whiz
without.
wit. Oh yeah, you got to say
Yeah,
whiz
and
wit.
they'll straight up make you get out of line if you don't say that.
I've never seen that happen, but I also know how to order. So,
Yeah.
Jim's
True.
was. I always thought Jim's was better on South
Oh,
Street.
Jim's is
Like,
great.
Is it on South Street or by
Fantastic.
South Street?
There
was
is
one of-
one on South Street.
When I was growing up, I grew up in South Jersey. So I was born and we lived in Atlantic City when I was born. and then I went to Ocean City High School. I lived on the mainland, but I went to Ocean City High School, so pretty far South Jersey. So Philly is our city, like North Jersey City is New York, South Jersey City is Philly. What's up, Amber?
Hi
What's
guys.
going on, dude?
What's up, Amber?
So,
Hi.
Amber, how do you feel about the Powerball tonight? You got any feelings as to what numbers we should play?
I feel real confident about it.
You should winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, we
Man.
are. So we're messing with Amber because Amber won the lottery for Intern for a Day.
Woo!
Congrats once
Amber.
again. Third time's the
Thanks,
charm,
guys.
baby. That's awesome.
So excited.
So if you're looking for somebody to go with you, I know a
Exactly.
couple of people who would pay for your purple egg and cheese sandwich.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. But congrats, Amber. That's so awesome. They couldn't happen to a
Absolutely. Any
excited.
expectations, Am, for this year's coming Legions Con? Anything that you're looking forward to seeing? Anything new?
Oh, I don't know. I just love all of it, like every part of it. So like just talking with everyone, seeing like everyone's customs and like different things
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Yeah. Did you personally pick up anything at the show, like for yourself, for your own personal collection? I mean, I know Ryan's pretty much he's a takes up all the attention with his collection and whatnot. But did you get anything for yourself?
I did. I think I got a head from Anthony House Heel,
Nice.
and then I got some plunderlings.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Plunderlings is your thing. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
your
love
jam.
plunderlings.
Yeah,
Are you-
that's cool.
You're not like trying to be complete on the Plunderlings, right? Or are you trying to get all of them?
I
Okay.
didn't do the Kickstarter. I backed
me
it,
neither.
but then I was like, and then I canceled it. But
Are
I
you
just
getting
get what I
any,
like.
Are you getting any of the bigger guys, the Plunderlongs or Plunderstrongs?
I want to.
Nice.
I like them. I'm excited.
Nice.
I actually
Yeah,
I
that's
backed that
cool.
Kickstarter, and I think the main reason why I backed Plunderlongs and Plunderstrongs because I didn't back Plunderlings, so it's kind of like now I
Okay.
get a second chance, sort of at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? You're like I said, you're collecting right now at the moment, or anything that any new things that you're kind of waiting on pre-orders or anything?
Nope, not
Nothing?
really.
Yeah.
No.
That's all right. Ryan will spend all your money for you.
Well,
That's fine by me.
Ryan always
Good
says he's like, it's not me. I wasn't even going to do it. Amber made me do it. Amber
It's not-
said
I'm like,
you
you should
should
get
buy
all
it.
of them.
Just
be
like she
be
keeps
thankful
trying to
for the enabler that you have, Ryan.
Oh yeah, the Hot Toys Batmobile. That's nice.
So okay, hold up. So all right.
See what I
To
mean,
fill
dude?
everybody in, we're all 89 Batman fans.
Beyond 89 Batman fans. It's really
Yeah, even though Ryan wasn't born until 10 years after 89 Batman,
yeah.
or around there, something like that. We all love 89 Batman. And a funny thing we sort of had just hanging out and talking or whatever was talking about the Hot Toys Batman and yada, yada, yada. And then one by one, the dominoes fell, and all three of us. Eric was first, and he was the enabler. He was the one that motivated us to do it. Now all three of us have ordered the Hot Toys Batman. It's going to be the first Hot Toys for both myself and for Ryan. Right, Ryan?
Yes.
First Hot Toy at all, right? So of course, there's also a Hot Toys Batmobile that's out there for some of money that is large. And the joke between the three of us a lot of times when we're messaging each other is, if anybody's going to go ahead and buy the Hot Toys Batmobile. So that catches us up to now. I hope I'm not diming you out, Ryan, but I am. Ryan said that Amber keeps telling him to buy the Hot Toys Batmobile. Is that true?
It's so true. It's so cool.
You guys are crazy, dude. You guys are crazy.
Oh no,
Like
I
no,
said.
I'm still.
You're gonna need another
I'm
room to
still
put that
strong.
fucker in. I'm telling you right now, that thing is. You have no idea what a 1/6 scale Hot Toys Batmobile is going to look like. It
lights
freaking.
up, Eric. It
It
lights
lights up.
up.
That's what I'm excited about.
Oh my God. Oh my god!
I see space right there, right in front of your shelves.
Yeah,
Right there.
Yeah, look at all that space you have for it.
dude.
Yeah.
The space the Batmobile will take up the entire space of this whole couch. That's how big it is. It's fucking massive, dude. It's massive. Yeah, it's
A couple of times I've
You
sort
know,
of
you know
been looking at it.
the only thing that I'll say, if you were to make the purchase on the Hot Toys Batmobile, it is truly an exceptional investment because the resale value on these things is out of control on the 1/6 scale vehicles, let alone 1/6 scale Hot Toys in general, but the 1/6 scale vehicles, especially something as nostalgic as the '89 Batmobile. I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, you could enjoy it in your collection for quite a few years and as long as you want, but you're absolutely going to get your money back plus some easily if you should decide to sell it down the line. That's my take on it.
I don't know if I sent you guys the picture, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it or not, but at a comic shop in kind of near me in Somerville, New Jersey, it's called Comic Fortress. I love it. It's a great shop. They have the
you sent us that one. You shared it with us the last time. The '66 Batmobile,
yeah,
right?
they have the 66 6
Yeah.
scale Batmobile, but it's not Hot Toys. It's another company that does 6 scales. What's that?
Jazz Inc.
Jazz Inc,
yes,
yeah.
I was gonna
And wasn't
say-
it like $4,000?
That's why I'm trying to find it. I don't think it was 4, but it was like
Like-
well over
like-
a G. Put it that way.
I think it was like I think
No,
it
I
showed
know
it was
what
like 3,000, like almost like 3,000, right, Ryan? And I know damn well that car did not cost that when they bought it. You know what I mean? There's no way. So, like I said, but yeah, like I said, to each his own, Ryan. Good luck to you guys if you get it, because like I said, you're all. I mean, you're gonna have to make an extra bed for that thing, because that's, like I said, it's gonna take up that much space. But like I said, it's beyond comparison to something awesome to be displayed with, man. I just can't even imagine how awesome that
here it
would
is.
look on display.
Here it is. Hold up.
You know, one of the when I got into Hot Toys, I probably have like 13 Hot Toys figures right now, and I've always wanted a Hot Toys vehicle. And when I first started collecting Hot Toys, one of the first vehicles I actually had my finger on the trigger and was ready to pull was I was going to order the Marty McFly from Back to the Future and the 1/6 scale DeLorean from that. And it was like, dude, I regret fully not doing it, but then again, like I after when I saw the actual car, the size of it, I was like, how did I ever imagine I was going to display this thing? It's just so freaking massive. It's ridiculous, like how big it is, especially if you like open the wing doors and all that stuff. It's just like, oh my god. But it's just like I said, it's a display beyond comparison, compared, like I said, along with the 1/6 scale Marty McFly from the movie. And it's just, I mean, the Michael Keaton, sculpt on that is just amazing, just like all the other sculpts in any Hot Toys figure that you get from a movie figure. But yeah, it's just, that was the first one. And then I hope I can see it again and maybe take some pictures for you guys. But the last time I went down to Frank and Son, one of our big Hot Toys dealers has the Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters in 1/6 scale. It's dude, it's freaking insane how big it is. It's crazy. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go.
All right, Amber. Good talking to you, sweetie.
Amber.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
All right, sorry, I'm trying to grab this thing real quick. Live. We'll do it live.
That is a true enabler there, dude.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, look, from the moment I remember Legion's Con 2 years ago,
Yeah.
that was where Ryan got his Otho. Was it from Pinkerton, Ryan? Is
Yes.
that right or no?
Yeah. It was
Nice.
from Chris.
All right, sorry.
Hey,
On the fly, I'm trying to get a picture of this thing.
Tomas sounds like he got himself a McFarlane Batmobile. Awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Once you, like I said, once I did that, it was that much better.
Nice.
Although I wish I could have just bought it that way, but still.
No, but I think, I mean, yeah, it's but for the price point, you kind of
Yeah.
have to expect what you're going to get in hand. But like I said, and especially like I said, I saw that same Instagram video that you did, and I was like,
Mhm.
dude, I'm like, I need this thing. I'm like, that's such a cool freaking later, Curtis. You know, I was like, oh, I have to have it now before, because like I said, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's the Batmobile, but it's all shiny, and it's like, I'm like, that's not the, you know what I mean? That's not the way it looks. But one little quick, you know, once over with some matte, and like I said, paint that canopy top black to match the rest of the car. It's gold, dude. It's freaking
Yeah.
gold. And like I said, and it there's just, I mean, like I said, now with the 89 bats, you know, Mezco figure in hand, displayed alongside that freaking Batmobile, dude, it's freaking just epic, dude. Looks so good. Yeah, the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2, not my DeLorean, if I should say, to be honest. I don't like the flying DeLorean. I like the DeLorean. Hey, did I ever tell you guys about my Back to the Future story?
No, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a cool story. Okay, so when we were kids, we lived in, or you know, I grew up in a town called Roland Heights, and adjacent to that town are a bunch of different smaller towns, like City of Industry, La Puente, Whittier. There's all kinds of. It's all part of San Gabriel Valley. In back, oh God, I don't even know how old I was. I might have been like 11, or maybe I forgot how old I was back then. I'd have to look at a freaking calendar to see what age I was. I know I was young. I was young, like a little kid. Anyways, I used to stay over at my cousin's house all the time, and me and him were just these wild child kids that we would sneak out his side bedroom window in the middle of the night, and we'd go hang out with all the freaking crazy other older kids, and you know, drink beers at night and ride our bicycles all over the place and egg people's houses and shit like that. So one particular night we were out on the prowl, a whole crew of us, you know, maybe 6 or 7 kids riding our BMXs and all through the neighborhood. Yeah, just ruffians.
Sure.
And so we were out there in the middle of the night. I don't know, it was probably like 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, riding through the streets of our city, you know. And our local shopping mall, which was the Puente Hills Mall, was actually, it was probably maybe like 2 miles from where my cousin lived, and it was only like maybe a mile and a half from my house. So we all decided to ride our bikes out there, and like, you know, we would ride through the parking lots because obviously they're open and empty and there's nobody there in the middle of the night. So you'd ride through, and there was a bunch of little like downhill slopes that led into like the parking lots, and that people had made trails through, so you'd like jump down them and stuff like that. It was just part of, like I said, part of that culture back then. So that this particular night we were all riding through, and we come across the top of the parking lot looking down onto one of the main parking lots of the mall itself, and we see all of these big, like heavy like floodlights and stuff, and a bunch of like trucks and all kinds of shit all around.
Oh no,
So
you.
so
Sorry,
we,
you
yeah,
told me
no.
this. Sorry. Yeah,
In case anybody else here had not heard the story. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we stopped our bikes and we're like taking a look, like what's going on, and we're checking it out. And there was a car like making like these real fast like runs like back and forth through the parking lot under this long stretch of parking lot, just back and forth, back and forth. And we were like looking at it, like checking it out. And I could tell, because I mean, my dad and I, we were car people, and we would always go to car shows. So I could spot a car like in an instant and tell what it is, a Maserati, Ferrari, Lamborghini, you know, whatever the hell. And I was like, that's a DeLorean. Like, that's cool. And like, what are they doing with that? And like, I could tell something was different about it, but it was from a distance. So I couldn't close up tell what the hell was going on. And yeah, and it was like, there was a bunch of stuff, like, I don't know, like, I guess like gaffing rigs and camera rigs, and like kind of like those roller cars. You could obviously tell it was something that they were gonna film or something. You could tell it was like, and we're like, oh, look at that, like they're probably doing some kind of movie or something, a commercial or something. But like I said, again and again, we saw the car go back and forth maybe about 4 or 5 times, and Then we just, they parked the car, and then they were like doing something, and I don't know, they were setting up or maybe talking or whatever. And so we just, we were like, okay, that was kind of cool, whatever. And then we just went on our way. Lo and behold, a few months later, like maybe 6 months later, out came freaking Back to the Future. And that happened to be the parking lot scene that they filmed with him and Doc Brown, where they introduced the DeLorean, and he showed him the DeLorean for the first time. And that was that scene in our hometown parking lot. And it's funny too, because when people come to visit me, like other toy nerds and stuff, I've taken quite a few people. I'll take them to the exact spot, and you can look and see the exact spot, like where Marty in the end of the film, where he runs up to the rails when he's looking down and Doc gets shot by the terrorists. That exact spot, you could stand at that exact spot and look at that exact scene and kind of like, yeah, you could see it like exactly where it was shot from the Twin Pines Mall. And it's cool too, because inside the mall, they actually have that original Twin Pines Mall clock sign with the clock on it and everything, the digital clock on it. It's inside our mall.
Is it still a mall? Is it like still
a
mall?
Yeah, that's
nice.
still the Pointy Hills Mall. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there today. Yeah.
How far is that from where you live now?
Oh, it's about 40 miles, but it's literally like, okay, so where the mall is, there's the mall, and then there's the freeway. If you threw a rock across the freeway, you would hit Frankensons. So it's right there. So when I take people to Frankensons, like before we leave or come back to my place, we usually go grab some lunch, like Tommy's Burgers or In-N-Out or whatever, something California. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll take them under the freeway and then around to the mall, and then I'll take them to that spot and I'll show them, or I'll take them inside and let them take pictures with the Twin Pines Mall sign or whatever. It's just cool, man. Like I said, it's part of our, to me, it's part of our, it's part of our, like our cool neighborhood history. You know what I mean? But yeah, I actually saw that going down when they had the DeLorean there, and we didn't know what it was, but we knew they were doing something. But I mean, obviously we weren't, like, oh, that's going to be, and we didn't know what the fuck there was no, hints of like, oh, a new movie coming or whatever. But yeah, lo and behold, that's what it became. It was the Back to the Future story.
Spoilers.
Yeah. What about people that haven't seen it yet?
Dude, if you haven't seen Back to the Future, we are not friends. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, let's listen. Back to the Future is iconic. Like, I don't know that. Like,
oh, dude, literally one of my all-time favorite movies ever. It's just so good.
It's a movie that's like, it gives me the feels every time I watch it. Like, it was like one of those ones that, like, one of the choice ones, the VHS tapes that was purchased new.
Yeah.
Like as a family purchase, like we have to have this movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
yeah,
my wife's not into it as much, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I can't explain how, like, it, like I could watch that movie. I've probably seen it countless times, and I could watch it over and over and over.
Every time. Yeah. I've watched Back to the Future, dude, easily 40 or 50 times. And every time it's almost like watching a new movie. It's like, it's so good. I love it. It's so nostalgic.
Eric Miller says Back to the Future is probably top 3 for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said, that was just the story. So we're kind of done with that. But Trevor, dude, I just finished watching Andor. Oh my God. So freaking good, dude. Oh my God. Andor was amazing. Have you guys watched Andor?
No, but this is where Trevor gets mad at me, because I'm like,
all right, I'm logging off. I'll see you guys later.
I watched the first 3 episodes, and like, they're good, right? Like, they're good. I thought they were good. It's a me issue. It's not an Andor issue, probably, because like at the end of 3 episodes, I'm like, all right, this is and Sean agrees with you. He says Andor is the best Star Wars series. I don't agree.
So good, dude. Go past the first 3, dude. I'm telling you.
No, I will. But here's the thing.
After the first 3 or 4, it gets so good, dude.
But it's not even about that, though. It's what it is, and I don't think this is going to change. Like, it's a nail biting drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nail biting drama, and I don't know. Like, there's 2 things. One, that's not really what I'm looking for from my Star Wars stuff, from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of not what I'm looking for in general. So that's what I mean. Like, it's not that, that I think Andor is bad. Like, it certainly sounds to me that what Andor tried to do, they hit a home run doing it. It's just that what they were trying to do, I just don't know if I'm looking for that.
Mm.
So that's why I say it's a me issue. It's not a, and I'm going to go back at some point and, you know, watch the end of it, you know, and watch the rest of it, so I can make a full opinion.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I don't know why, or like I mean, obviously I do know why, but it's just yeah. Well, what does Curtis know, Trevor? Really?
So I'm on the
Yeah,
Curtis side. Oh shit.
yeah, it's dude, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And like I mean, to me, and I think to a lot of us that, you know, I want to say old schoolers, because we were the guys that, you know, were raised on the 77 Star Wars
Theatrical
saga.
version only, please.
Yes, the theatrical version, not the updated one. I can't stand that updated one. It's almost hard to watch every
Although,
time.
can I hop in real quick?
Go ahead.
So this is because this is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, right?
Mhm.
So to celebrate that, in celebration of that, no pun intended, Return of the Jedi is back in theaters this weekend. Like right now, it's back in theaters, right? And when I first heard about it, I'm like, hell no, because it's gonna be the updated version, the deluxe versions that that Lucas did, and between the three of them, you know, Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. Star Wars, the first one, A New Hope, which I don't even call A New Hope, and Return of the Jedi, to me, are the ones that got hosed the most by the updates.
Yep.
Like A New Hope
Absolutely.
has that Jabba part that's terrible.
Yeah.
And Return of the
terrible.
Jedi has the band during the Jabba's
Oh,
palace
dude,
time,
that's
which is
so annoying. That's
bad.
so annoying, dude.
Empire's not that bad, but
No, Empire, they didn't do too many of those updates. I almost wish that I could still have my VHS copies of the Star Wars saga that did not have those ridiculous updates to it, dude. I don't know why they freaking had to fuck with those films and do that shit to it. It's so bad. I hate that. I hate it. But yeah, dude, freaking, like I said,
can't
for the
speak
old
on it.
schoolers, yeah, for the old schoolers like myself, having something like Andor and like the storyline behind it, how it's just, like I said, to me, it's, oh my God, yeah, it's so awesome to see
right
that.
there, baby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is it. This is in the 90s, the THX widescreen edition, 3 theatrical versions.
Is that VHS, dude? Are those VHS?
Boom!
What?
Dude.
Hey, homie.
Dude.
Right?
That's
I bought
so
that-
classic, dude. Do you have a VHS player?
No.
Oh, you gotta get one, dude. That's freaking awesome sauce right there, dude.
Let me put it like this. I have the theatrical versions in a digital format,
Uh-huh.
and they were acquired for me. So
Nice.
I do have the theatrical versions, but just going back to Sean has the same ones, but
Oh,
not
sorry.
sorry, just not in the box. So going back to the Return of the Jedi, so that was my initial reaction, was like, hell no, I don't want any of it.
Yeah.
But then like I heard more people like that were going, and I was like, man, I've never seen Return of the Jedi in the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, now when I was a kid, when I was basically a baby, I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater on its original run.
Yeah.
My mom, who was very young when she had me, took me to go see it. So I saw it when I was a little kid, and I still have like flashes of memory with Chewbacca, with the pieces of C-3PO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars: A New Hope, I saw it during the re-release in the 90s, whenever it was. But I've never seen any Return of the Jedi in the theater, and I was like, I kind of would want to go.
You know what? I'll just from my point of view, because I probably saw it maybe 3 times in theaters as a kid, because of course when the new Star Wars came out, I mean, there was nothing else mattered in life than to go see Star Wars. But for a movie experience and a big screen experience, I think it would be awesome for you to see it just for the
Bye,
Endor
Amber.
scene. Bye, Amber.
Bye, guys.
just for the Endor speeder bike experience scene, and yeah, it's freaking.
Well, no, these are widescreen. The ones I have, Trevor, if that's what you mean. Unless he means the
Nice.
digital.
Yeah, those are the widescreens ones. That's awesome. And they don't have any of the updates, right?
No, this is all pre-update, 100%.
Dude.
But here, let me.
I-
So the rest of the story is I turned to my 12-year-old Chase, who some
Mhm.
of you have met. Brian has met Chase multiple times.
Yes.
And I turned and I was like, listen, this is this morning. We're chilling out, and I'm like, so Chase, and I told him the story. I'm like, Return of the Jedi's back in the theaters because of the anniversary. First question he asked me. This is how I know I've succeeded as a father. First question he asked me, I hope it's the good version. So my 12-year-old is like, I hope it's the good version. And I was like, I'm so proud of you. I was like, but then I said, it's not, it's going to be the updated version, but I still think it would be really cool to see in the theater. So he agreed to go with me, and we have tickets to go see it tomorrow afternoon in Menlo Park. So
Nice.
we have tickets
Nice.
to go see Return of the Jedi. We'll just cover our ears during the Psy Snoodles, that whole
Yeah.
abomination, because I think
Yeah.
the rest is fine. The rest is probably fine, but that part is just horrendous.
Yeah. Now are they I mean I haven't seen I mean I maybe I have I'm actually checking now, but I haven't seen any
I saw
heard anything.
Raiders. I saw Raiders in a drive-in, and I
Nice.
remember. So my story is, my mom had me when she was like 16 years old, right? So like when I was little, like I was around doing all kinds of stuff. So she took me. I remember this too. So I couldn't have been. I had to be very young for it to be Raiders, right? Raiders was like what, 82,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because the movie they went to go see was like a horror movie or something like that. Because I remember the front was scary, and I turned around and in through the back window I watched Raiders, and that's how I saw it. So
Yeah,
So
me and my son, we have two local theater houses. One is a big theater house, like where all the new movies go to, and then it's cool because right across the street, because it's in a big mall plaza or whatever, right across the street, there's another small plaza that has a real small theater, and that's like the little like where they send all the older movies to, and they play retro movies there. So we've been there multiple times to see. Me and my kid were big into like the old school like horror movies. So I took him to see The Shining, Jaws,
Mhm.
Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. We saw all the classics there. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, if there's ever a chance to go see an old movie like Star Wars, like
holy
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, stuff like that. I mean, just old classic cool movies like that. It's so cool to see them on the big screen. That's so awesome, dude. I can't believe you have freaking
I haven't opened it in so long. Like there's like literally the original paperwork is all still in there. Like
Yeah.
that's sick, dude.
awesome.
That's
dude.
freaking. I love stuff, you know. And here's the thing: over in recent years, I've heard more and more people talk about like talking crap about the movies and how it's so much better at home with the big TVs and the sound systems and the Netflix and all that stuff. Excuse me. And I guess I'm just old because I don't agree. I adore the movies, and I think the movies are better now than they've ever been. And I'll tell you why. Is because like when Chase and I, my son and I took him to go see the Mario. He's a big Mario Nintendo guy. When we went to go see the Mario movie, it's one of the few times in our lives right now, like one of the few times where you go to experience something, and for 2 hours or hour and a half or 3 hours, whatever it is, that's all you're doing. Like you're just experiencing this. You're not
Yeah.
looking at your phone. You're not doing any of this other shit. You can just like, it was just, if it's like I would go to the movies by myself, but like if you're there with somebody else, you're just experiencing this thing with them. And like I just feel like we have so few opportunities to do stuff like that. Unless like you're able to like go hike in the mountains where you get no reception or anything like that, which people
Right,
do as
right.
well and is awesome. But like, and I've also always loved the movie experience, and part of it was just being able, like, you're just doing this one thing, you know. So I've always loved it. And it can be a new movie, it can be an old movie. Like during the pandemic, when a lot of movie theaters were running like really great specials where you could rent out the whole freaking theater for like not that much money. Like that was my Christmas present. Like at the end of the year was my family, like my, you know, immediate family got the theater and we went to go see Gremlins. And it was just the whole theater is just like me, my wife, my two kids, my mother-in-law, you know, my sister-in-law, like, and we're just there, whole theater to ourselves watching Gremlins. I freaking love it.
Oh, dude, we do have it here.
I get it. I get it, Sean. I don't know what it is. To me, the stuff that can be bothersome, I just chalk it up to part of the movie experience. So that's like if somebody's talking, or like if I have to get up to go to the bathroom. I don't know. That's all. It doesn't bother me, but I could see it bothering other people. Like I get it, but to me, it's like you're experiencing it with other people. And sometimes that can be great. Like anybody that was an MCU fan, like one of the greatest things about the MCU experience, especially when it really got going, is when you've got a packed theater and there's like, you know, they say the thing, you know what I mean? Or they do the Easter egg. Trevor's gonna hate this too. And everybody's like, oh, he did the thing, you know what I mean? Or like everybody's clapping, or at the end of Endgame, I'm not gonna say what happens, although everybody already knows, and everybody's crying, like this shared experience, like
dude, it was like you know, it's funny. Like one of those movie experiences that it doesn't happen often enough like it used to. But back in like the 80s, like remember like the Rocky movies with Sylvester Stallone,
cheering,
the whole Rocky movies. I mean in Rocky 3 when Clubber Lang's like, I'm gonna bust you up, and Rocky's like, go for it, dude. The whole fucking audience was like, fucking dude, just fucking lost their shit, dude. It was so cool. Like I said, stuff like that you cannot experience at home. It's just like like the gut reaction from people who just losing their freaking minds, man. Like when who was it when Captain America gets the hammer, when he gets
the hammer,
dude, people are like,
Avengers Assemble, right?
Yeah, dude, it was like the whole fucking movie theater just completely,
and everybody fucking loses it.
Yeah, loses it, dude. It was just like, those, like I said, those are those little moments in movie theater experiences that you cannot get anywhere else. And they're like, it's sad, but they're few and far between where you'll actually get a reaction like that. Like you might get like the common like laugh from like an inside joke or something like that, or you know, whatever. But to get a huge reaction like that where just everybody just completely loses their shit, it's just so funny.
Yeah. And Sean, whatever, man. It's like, listen, you like what you like, man. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, if you know, you don't have to like, you know, deal with stuff that annoys you, you know what I mean? But I've just found personally for me, that's sort of like how like I take the whole thing in as an experience. Not that I've never been annoyed by somebody in a movie theater. I can be annoyed like anybody else, but for the most part, like just some talking here and there, it just doesn't bother me. I chalk it up to part of the experience. And I, like I said, with the MCU stuff, or like what you were talking about, Eric, I think it can be like really, really cool. So that's sort of, just real quick, since we're talking about it, it sort of makes me think, on the top, off the top of your head, what are maybe one or two of your favorite movie experiences ever? Like something that, a movie that you went to go see and you'll remember it forever, and it was an incredible experience because blank. And I can go first if I'll give you guys, I'll go first. I like talking anyway.
You're talking big screen, right?
Yeah, big screen. But it can be like and whatever it is, as long as it's the movies going to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that pops into my head is The Matrix. When The Matrix first came out, I was in college at Rutgers, and I was in a fraternity, and I had pledged the fraternity with like a bunch of guys who were like my best friends from home. We all went to the same college. We all pledged the same fraternity. We're all together, and we had this big group of friends, and we were so pumped about The Matrix when it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And we all went to Menlo Park, actually, oddly enough, right? No, I think it was Lowe's. The point being, we're going to Menlo Park tomorrow, but we went to Lowe's movie theater in, I guess that's North Brunswick, around the New Brunswick area. And it was a huge, giant group of us that went from my fraternity house. And of course, before we went, we made sure we were well prepared at the fraternity house before we went to the movie theater. So we were in the right mindset to go see The Matrix, if you understand my meaning.
Yes, sir.
And then we had like a whole row, like in the middle of the theater.
Nice.
We had all this food and stuff, and it was just like, it was like an epic experience because we were like all there together. and I absolutely adore the movie. And it was the first time that I saw The Matrix. So that one
Yeah.
always stands out in my mind.
Yeah, that movie's visually just stunning, man. Especially in a movie theater, first time experience. I mean, like I said, that's another one of my movies that I watch again and again and again, and every time it's so good. It's just so good, so well told, so well written. It's just like I said, and visually just stunning. I mean, for all the new, digital effects that they brought to that movie experience, it's just so fucking good. Yeah.
Do you guys have anything like that? Like any movie going experience that sort of stands out?
I'll tell you. I mean, it's not the best movie in the world. It's nothing to write home about. I mean, to some people, but as far as a visual experience, to me, I truly enjoyed Tron Legacy. I loved watching that movie on the big screen. I think part of that was the soundtrack by Daft Punk. It's just the music just encompasses you in that movie and just brings you so full circle into that whole digital world. And I just love that whole experience of that movie of having that inner world of the computer and being drawn into that. And it was funny. It's like I said, to most people, it really doesn't have any effect or any connection to the experience. But literally, when I watched that film for the first time in the theater, when he goes to the old arcade and opens up the old arcade, and he hits the power and all the lights come on and the fucking music like starts winding, like, because it's on like a record. You could tell it's like on a record player, so it starts up, and then all the arcade machines come to life and all those old school arcade sounds start coming at them. Dude, I fucking like instantly, dude, my eyes just welled up with tears, dude. It brought back so many fucking great memories as a kid growing up in that scene, being an arcade kid, like living that life, like knowing I could, like, right when it started, I was like, dude, there's Donkey Kong, there's this game, there's that. I could pinpoint like each game that was sounding off. And then of course they're playing fucking Journey. It was like, dude, I was like, I had to like contain myself because it was just like, oh my God, dude, like that's so good. Like it just, like I said, I got so choked up, dude, and my eyes just welled up with tears. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I can't believe they pulled that off like that. It was so good. That like I said, to me, like I said, visually on a movie theater screen, just watching that film was fucking awesome. How about you, Ryan?
It would probably be The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah,
just the anticipation for that. It was a bunch of us that we all piled in like 4 or 5 cars, and basically we had a whole row also. The only thing I will say that made it memorable was as soon as we got there, we were about to check in, everybody was hyped. Boom, power outage.
Oh,
yeah.
What the hell?
So we had to wait like, I don't know, like an hour or so. Then it finally came up, and I will say the wait was worth it because Heath Ledger absolutely killed it.
Oh, dude.
In his version of the Joker.
Yeah.
And we saw it in IMAX. Man, it was spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, where did that figure come from?
It's a 5K Toys.
That's a third
baby.
party, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
5K Toys. Okay.
This is Felix Toys, right? Felix Toys
dude,
from 5K.
It's so good, dude.
Dude, it's so freaking good. It's
it looks so good. You know what? It's funny. Like I've been, not that I'm, like I said, not that I'm the hugest DC fan or of by any scope of the imagination. I'm probably the least DC fan of anybody that I've ever met. But I do love my Batman and I do love my Jokers.
Yep.
But another one that it's on that pick list of figures that I know I'll later on trade or pick up one way or another. But I want that Felix Toys, that Rorschach
ink block, right?
Ink block.
Oh, dude.
It's so worth
such a good figure, dude. With the fucking spray can with the flame coming out of it. I'm like, dude, I have to have that shit.
Dude, I would pick up the accessory tray, but they'll probably fall all over the place. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
accessories are so cool and
Oh
intricately
yeah,
done. Like,
yeah.
it's
Like I
very much
said,
like it's very much like Mezco. Like when Mezco's at the top of their game, it's similar. It's very similar to that.
yeah. Like I have like the one of the accessories that I mean I don't even use because I want her in the classic style. The one of the coolest accessories, like with that Mezco Harley Quinn, is she's got that like 4-potted rocket launcher, and it's got the rocket launch effect where the smoke's coming out and the rocket's like at the tail end of it, and you could stick it on.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so fucking cool. It looks so freaking amazing. But she's like, I have her with her classic, her hammer, you know what I mean? Her big hammer, and in her hand she's holding a ragdoll version of the Joker, you know what I mean? But she's like the classic Harley Quinn. So I'm like, I'm not gonna have her with a fucking rocket launcher.
I will say this: Mezco, they make an absolutely great looking figure, but their female bodies, they suffer.
Hmm.
I don't think they've made like that. I will say
don't
Wonder
think I
Woman
have
was a step up.
I don't think I
What
have a
don't you have?
female Mezco figure. I
Oh,
don't
you
think I have
don't?
a female Mezco figure.
Yeah, Harley Quinn's the only one that I have. I mean, but like I said, I saw her and I was like, dude, I'm like, I gotta
Oh,
have
she's
that.
absolutely beautiful.
She's
The
beautiful,
figure is
dude.
great. It's a
Yeah.
great looking figure.
Yeah.
But trying to like her ankle rocker really isn't that good. She's got the single joint
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
like-
just I have her in a I
Yeah.
pretty much have her in a static pose. So I mean, like I said, I'm not big on articulating expensive figures like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I want to take pictures of it.
I just got this guy.
Yeah, man. What a
Bishop.
great
Oh
figure.
yeah, that's a good one. See, I just have her like this.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
you know,
cool.
that's pretty much just how she poses. I mean, that's I mean, I could pose her and do all kinds of shit with her, but I mean, like I said, that's just such a classic Harley Quinn look. I mean, it's just fucking so good, dude.
When I got that
Love
figure,
that.
when I opened it, her arm was completely backwards, like
And-
twisted all the way around. So when I went to, I was like, something's not right here. And then I
Oh,
bent
wow.
it the other way and it went the other way. I was like, thank God I didn't put all of the force on that because I would have snapped that elbow.
Ooh, that's sketchy.
That's
Yeah,
scary,
but-
especially inside the because like if
Yeah.
you got to take the clothing off, like that can be a big pain in the ass.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
impossible.
Luckily, her suit was pliable enough. I could just twist the arm.
Yeah, because she's got like that full on like onesie on. Like I
Yeah.
would hate to have to try to take that apart. It's like fuck, that would be so dangerous. Like, but yeah, like I said, having something like that is just so cool. It's just such a good figure. But damn, now I want that fucking Ledger one that you have. Shit, I swear, ever since I met you guys, I keep adding fucking Mezco figures to my list of needs. I just the guy that I got the Joker from. He's like, hey, do you need any other Mezcos? And sent me like a picture, like 12 pictures of like stacks and stacks of Mezcos that he's got available. I'm like, no. I'm like, but actually, I said, I don't really see anything that I want there because he had a bunch of them, but I'm not. There's a lot of Mezco that I'd
He's
like
got
completely
socks.
easily
Yeah.
pass on. That's awesome. Like I easily
Third party's
pass on a
cool.
lot of Mezco, but I'm like, there's a couple only because, like I said, since I met you guys, I'm like, yeah, I don't really see anything right there, anything that I have need or whatever I want. I'm like, but
Yeah.
do you
Yeah,
happen
we were
to
going
have
over the list.
I'm like, do you,
We were
do you happen to have the Theodore Sod Cutter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were going over the list,
yeah,
and you were
yeah. He's
And,
like,
like,
yeah,
we
I
were going over the
actually might have one, and yeah, let me know if you need it. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm gonna go do a show up in Sacramento. I'll probably make some extra cash, and I'll call you when I get back. He's like, yeah, no problem. I was like, fuck.
I remember you saying that because we were like going over the list or something like that, and you're like, yeah, you know what? Like out of everything there, like I like a few things, but like there's not a ton that I would need.
Not at
And-
all.
but-
It's weird too because I mean, like I said, especially after. Thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing that list of all the Mezcos where I can actually go and see all of them because there was a lot of them that, like I said, I had either forgotten about or I had never seen ever. Like I had heard about them, but I'd never seen what the figure actually looked like. Like, damn, I didn't know they did so many different versions of Batman. I mean, there's a fucking
Oh,
ton of Batmans.
Dude,
But,
so many.
Yeah, so many.
And they're
But
good.
like I
They're
said,
cool.
there's so many figures. I mean, there's easily. I mean, Mezco's easily got what is 100 figures out now, 70, 80 figures out now, whatever.
Way more than
But I
that.
mean,
Way more than that.
yeah,
Because
but
because
of all of
Bat-
them, like I said, of all of them, I look at what I have and I'm like, I'm completely happy with what I got. You know what I mean? I have no qualms about what I have or what I don't have, because I look at the list and what they have available and I'm like, yeah, like I don't. And a lot of them, a big portion of where I kind of lost not interest in Mezco, because I first got into Mezco and ordered my very first piece was the Michael Myers Mezco. When I saw that figure drop and I was like, the pre-order, I was like, oh my god. I was like, that looks so freaking good. For such a basic character. I mean, Michael Myers, I mean, there's not really much to him. He's got the jumpsuit and the white mask, but just the way that they did it with the soft goods and everything, it just looks so amazing. And I was totally geeked. I was like, I have to have it. As a toy collector, I was like, this has to be in my collection. After that point, a lot of it was like the Gomez stuff. And it was like, I just wasn't, I don't know why, I just was not into the Gomez thing. And I know a
like, it's
lot of
cool, but
people
there's
are
no
like,
there's no connection. Like I have 2 Gomez figures and they're awesome. Like they're really great and the sets are awesome, but it's like, you don't have any kind of, there's no tie-in.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I thought they were cool because a lot of people were using them in like really cool like photo ops and stuff like that, especially the first like the Agent Gomez and stuff like that, like the first ones that came out. And I thought it was really cool, but I was just like, it just doesn't pique my interest. It doesn't, like I said, it's just something that I would never see myself spending the money on. And then it just got ridiculous after that, because then the resale values just started like skyrocketing, like to stupid prices for resales on some of these things. And then of course the like that Skull Club and all that stuff, and it was like, oh my god, like that's crazy. So that's, like I said, that's why I kind of lost interest. But in recent years, like I said, there have been a few like that Harley Quinn and the Ronin Wolverine and stuff like that I've saw that I'm like, oh, okay, there's something that I could get into. But yeah, it's like I said, now, like I said, these third party guys like Felix Toys and 5K Toys and stuff, some of the shit that they're putting down, man, it's just like, whoa, man, that's, like I said, that Ledger fucking Joker is out of control, dude. That thing looks so fucking
that's
good.
not, that's some of the stuff is just insane. I mean, with Mezco for a while there, they were doing those surprise drops, which I thought were cool, but they would sell out right away. And then that stuff, the price would skyrocket.
Yeah.
When Mezco's on, they're just on like this Bishop figure. Like, I'm not even an X-Men guy.
Yeah.
Look, I have no connection to the character, but I thought it looked cool.
No, it looks awesome. Looks
but
awesome.
I didn't order it right away because I don't know, like, I'm just not ordering everything that I think is cool. I'm trying to get into that mindset where I can recognize something is cool. That doesn't mean I have to order it.
Right.
But then I found this, Amazon, there was a sale where it was like, he's like $100 figure, right?
Yeah.
But like Amazon had him for like 77 and I had an Amazon gift card for 25. So he ended up being like $50. And I was like, all right, I'll get him for $50.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's easy, dude. That's an easy grab right there for sure. Speaking of sellouts, what about the what was it that just came up on pre-order for SH Figuarts that sold out already?
Berserk.
Not the.
Oh yeah, the Berserk. Yeah, like I didn't like I like I said, I don't, maybe only because the only SH Figuarts I've ever purchased have been from Frankensons, like vendors that I know at Frankensons. It's like I said, anything that I ever want, I go to Frankensons, dude, and someone has it. You know what I mean? It's never an issue. It's never like I come home and go, well, nobody had it. It's like, dude, like five people had it. I just had to find the best price. You know what I mean? That's basically it. But there's one particular guy that I deal with that has all SH Figuarts in his booth. So if there's anything you need in there, that's where you go. You know what I mean? It's like he's the guy to go to. So I didn't know that they did like a pre-order thing that like would sell out. Like I didn't realize the quantities on those figures were so limited. I didn't realize that.
So I try to get my imports through Hobby Link Japan.
Okay.
I completely missed it. I missed it by a mile.
Okay.
So then my go-to after that is Ami.
I've ordered through them before. Yeah.
So I was there. I was logged in. I refreshed the page. I hit add to cart. Before I even hit add to cart, it said sold out. Boom.
Wow,
10
that's
o'clock.
crazy.
It didn't even hit 10:01. At 10 o'clock, it was gone.
And that's when it started.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy,
then luckily,
dude.
BBTS and Entertainment Earth have it. So the Guts figure is 100 on both of them. The Griffith figure also comes with a horse, and that's 145 for the two.
Oh, okay. He comes with the horse. Okay.
So I get why they have to upcharge because of the import, and you have to sell those types of figures higher.
Right, right.
Otherwise, you'll lose money.
Yeah. Huh.
But man,
Crazy.
dude, they barely. I can't believe it sold out right away on Ami.
Yeah.
I thought I would at least have a chance.
Yeah. But I mean, it like I said, I didn't know that SH Figuarts like sold out like that. Like I thought, like if a pre-order came out, you can get it on BBTS, just pre-order it, and when it came in, you were good to go. Like I didn't know like you had to be like Johnny on the spot for SH. I never knew that about that because, like I said, everything I've ever bought in SH Figuarts has either been through like online trading or sales, or I just walk into Frankenstein and like I'm looking for a particular SH Figuarts figure and I pick it up there. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't know.
Well,
but it does not surprise me the popularity of the character.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, I was like, oh dude, Berserk. Like that's so fucking dope. Like that's so dope.
So,
like
all the import sites are sold out. So like all the domestic sites like BBTS, Entertainment Earth, I'm not 100% sure about like Mallfish. I know he carries SH Figuarts, but I don't know if he'll have them.
Right on.
Like you can probably still get. I know it's available on BBTS and Entertainment Earth.
Cool. Hey, let's see, May. I want to say May. Why don't I just look at my fucking phone so I know what date I'm talking about?
Real quick, I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, you didn't know the property. You never watched Berserk, huh?
I know nothing about it, but that thing was freaking sweet.
It's pretty fucking intense, dude.
So I did not watch the mostly CGI anime. I did watch the 90s one, which was in some ways exactly like the manga and in some ways vastly different. But
yeah,
I have an attachment to those figures because of the books.
Yeah, nice. So you read the manga then? That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big manga reader, but I recently in the last couple of years, I've started watching anime with my kid, and that was one, and that was actually a suggestion from somebody that I worked with, some other guy that was like into anime and manga, and he's like, and that's the guy that actually told me, hey, watch Vinland Saga. So I watched Vinland Saga, and then he's like, hey, have you ever watched Berserk? Or somebody else was talking about, oh yeah, Vinland Saga. Oh man, and it's like Berserk, and I was like, they're like, have you watched Berserk? I was like, no, I don't know any. They're like, oh my god, you have to watch Berserk. I was like, okay, so I went and watched that, and yeah, it was fucking incredible. I mean, like I said, like my all-time favorite because of my kid and what I've kind of geeked out with him on is obviously Demon Slayer. I fucking love Demon Slayer. Like that's so freaking awesome. But anyways, back to what I was saying because my kid asked me, because we were asking him what he wants to do for his birthday, and he said that he wants to go to Frankenstein's. So the weekend or a couple weekends before his birthday and before he graduates on May 27th, I'm actually going to go to Frankenstein's. So when I go to Frankenstein's, I'm going to talk to my local SH Figuarts dealer and see what they're going to be offering, because I know damn well he's going to have them. So I'll find out what he's going to offer those Berserk figures for, and I'll get you some prices if you need them, if you want to pick one up or whatever. I mean, like I said, maybe you could find it for cheaper, but because they do tend to, up the prices a bit in that place. But I mean, like I said, if you want it, fucking break your cash out and fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? If you don't, then take a look and keep walking. It's just, I mean, that's just the way, that's just the name of the game in there. It's just, it always is, always has been, it's just what it is. So, but yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
And how much? 3,000, dude. $3,000, dude.
Now, Jazzings, they might be. I think they're more expensive anyway. Like Jazzing's doing a Batmobile too, that I think is motorized.
Wow.
So I don't know how much it is. If so, the Hot Toys one is what, $750, something like that.
Yeah, 750. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. So Jazz Inc.'s '89 Batmobile, like I said, it's lights up. I think motorized. I don't know if Trevor's still around. He probably knows. He probably knows about it. But so this is the same thing, 6th scale, but 66 Batmobile, $3,000, baby.
Yeah. Well,
It
you
can be
figure
all
too.
yours.
You figure too. It's easy for Ryan because all he has to do is sell his his Otho and his version 1 of Vorgus Vermilius, and he's got the Batmobile. You know what I mean?
And Aetheron if I wanted to.
Yeah. You wouldn't even have to sell Aetheron. Just sell the first 2, and you're gold. You'd have that Batmobile fucking paid for.
I just
But
think
yeah,
it's a cool thing to
that's
see.
like I said, that would be quite the purchase, dude. Quite the purchase.
Oh,
Holland,
Tactics,
baby.
bro.
Holland. Tactics,
Tactics, bro.
Fuck yes.
So Ryan, you got your tactics order. Eric, you got your tactics order. This is your tactics order, right, Eric?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
So,
and
crazy.
trust me, like I said, I literally forgot what I ordered until I got
Mhm.
I had totally forgotten like how many I had freaking ordered. I knew I ordered a lot. I just didn't know how many and of what. I just knew I ordered a lot of orcs because, like I said, at the time there was no orcs to be found. Not for anything under $150. You couldn't find an
Yeah.
orc because the only ones that were available out there were the Coliseum orcs. That was it. And it was maybe like a few months later when they finally released Vorthog. I mean, he was like the first orc that came out in like forever. You know what I mean? But standard, bare-chested orcs could not be found anywhere.
Look at that.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, dude, it's like I said. So I had to, and the funny thing is, I bought this many because I was obviously in the mindset of customizing a lot of them. But now, realizing how limited this run was and that they're not going to be something that's readily available at future shows where Four Horsemen's products are available, it's kind of like now I'm like, okay, do I even like touch these things? It's like, wow, okay, so it's double the price then. Okay, thank you, Trevor.
Damn.
So there you go. I mean, like I said, I mean, it doesn't matter really. Like I said, any 1/6 scale figure car like that with that much nostalgia attached to it, But yeah, so yeah, the only thing that like I said, now I'm not reconsidering my purchase, but now I'm reconsidering what I want to do with all these extra figures. Obviously, I'm going to use a few of them for my own personal collection. I'll keep a few of them. And like I said, the 2-packs are just golden. I just love the 2-packs, especially the signed one being my first, figure pack that I've gotten the studio signature on. And it just,
Is that
but
she really doubled in value already?
the female orcs.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I
right?
don't even know.
I would
all
guess
of,
easily. I would
dude,
guess
I mean,
easily.
it's ridiculous. All of them have doubled in value. I mean,
Yeah, fair.
almost tripled. It's just ridiculous. I mean, they're going for so much, dude. It's like I'm like, are people really asking this much money for these damn things? Like, but like I said, I didn't realize like how small this run was actually going to be and how limited after. I mean, because this is like a one and done, so it's like, okay, like yeah, this is kind of making sense now. So yeah, I'm kind of having trouble figuring out, like I said, what I'm going to do with all these damn figures now. Well,
So-
I know one thing, it's cash in hand as far as trade bait, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
When Tactics, when this Kickstarter was up, I was still very much in like my infancy, like still of like my Mythic Legions fandom, right? I had
Yeah.
never done an all-in, never done anything like that. So for this Kickstarter, you could get intern for a day was just a reward. Like you could pick intern for a day and pay for it. So that's what I did. Right. So
Right.
I'm like, that's awesome. I was like, I'll definitely do that. Go to the Four Horsemen Studios. Hell yeah, dude.
yeah,
So I got that. I didn't even get the game right away. I added the game later. And I was like, once I spent money on intern for a day, I was like, I can't, I can't buy a ton of stuff. So I just got 1 2-pack. It's the only figures
Oh,
that I got from War of the Aether Blade. So I do have a 2-pack on the way, but that's the only figures I have from it, which is cool. I mean, they all look awesome. I gotta be honest with you. The elves look incredible to me.
Yeah, they're awesome. Hey, dude, if you need some, let me know, dude, because you know I got you covered.
Yeah,
Let me know what you're interested in, dude. You know I got you fully covered.
we can probably
So
hook that up, man. I'll talk to you
yeah,
offline.
absolutely. Just let me know what you need, dude. And like I said, I totally got you covered. I have no problem taking care of you for sure, 100%.
But yeah, they're awesome, dude. They
Yeah,
look so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and like I said, with all the accessories and all the versions you could do, like, look at that, dude. That looks fucking awesome, dude.
It
I
looks
mean, it's
so.
just
Oh, Dorklair just put up his elf set review.
oh,
yeah,
dude, I was opening those as I was watching it.
yeah.
I haven't even
him
watched it yet. I can't
swap.
wait, man. I
Yeah,
can't wait.
Yeah,
dude, it's great.
I gotta watch that today. Yeah, it's freaking because I love all the combos he does too. That's one of the things that I
Mhm.
truly appreciate. Uh, Aside from his just awesome presence on his YouTube channel,
Rick
is the
Jones.
fact that he shares all those like cool like ideas, like you know what I mean. Like, hey man, like if you guys don't like this figure the way it is, here's like
Yeah,
5 or 10 different other ways you can make it look cool. And it's like, oh man, oh that's so cool. It's like, it's awesome. It's awesome to see that. But yeah, super
also,
super stoked to finally get these in hand. Like I said, just and the only thing like I said that I didn't get was the female elf. That's the only one I didn't get. I got 2 male elf kits, 2 of the female orc kits, and then 8 of the male orc kits.
Damn.
So yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I was gonna say also, if no one is in the Dork Lair collector group, consider joining. And
Yeah.
if you follow the Dork Lair YouTube, he has started a membership, which is only $1 a month.
Nice. I'll check out your post, Sean. I can't wait to see that. Like I said, I love people's ideas, people's pop and swaps, people's customs, everything, dude. I love that stuff.
Yeah. So real quick, I got like maybe like 5 minutes, and I gotta bounce.
Okay.
So if you guys want to keep going, you go for it. But I gotta bounce.
No, we're good too. I
Yeah.
gotta take off in a little bit. I gotta go down to Hobby Lobby and pick up some supplies because to get ready for next weekend. So
Yeah. But before we go, there's a couple of
Yep.
things. Number one, same date. So tomorrow is the 30th, April 30th. That is the end of Outpost Zaxius.
yes, it is.
So if you want to order directly from the Four Horsemen, tomorrow, Sunday, April 30th, the cutoff is 11 p.m. I think. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but that's going to be the cutoff for the pre-order directly from the Four Horsemen. Outpost Zaxius. I haven't put it in order yet, but I probably will tomorrow. And then for Pop and Swap, that also ends tomorrow, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so sort of
Yeah.
my plan, like later tonight, is when we're just chilling watching TV, is to Ryan's Pop and Swap is ready to go. I think you got a shot, Ryan. I think
Nah,
Bill-
dude, I don't have it.
Bill
snowball
loves
shot.
Bardrick
No.
anyway, and it's a very tasteful Pop and Swap. I have no
Yeah.
idea what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go grab some figures,
Yeah.
go up while I'm chilling with the kids later, and just put them on the table and be like, "What do we got?" And I'm just gonna like,
exactly.
And,
and,
dude,
and
the
that's
best
gonna be
part
my
about
entry.
it- The best part about it is if you don't like one configuration, heat that bitch up, pull it apart, and do another one.
Exactly. Yep. Over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my friends, my guys, any final words here?
No, just like I said, enjoy the figure life, and like I said, love what you're collecting there, and just be happy with it, man, and enjoy your friendships and enjoy the posts. Be positive and stay good, man. And power to the people out in LA, man. It's the anniversary of the LA riots back in the day, man. April 29th. More power to the people.
April 29th, 1992.
I was there,
a riot
baby.
on the streets, baby. Where were you?
Bro, check this out. 1992, April 29th. Riots are kicking off full blast inside of downtown LA. Buildings are on fire. The city is on fire, dude. And we're flying in from Cancun, Mexico with no idea what we're flying into.
Oh shit.
the pilot comes up on the the overhead speakers inside the planes and said that we're being diverted around LA in through Long Beach, coming in from the ocean side to land at the airport because they're actually firing at the airplanes coming into LA.
What?
We land in LAX. We land in LAX, leaving the airport, and we're driving through downtown LA, like full blown, like looks like a war zone, dude. Like multiple high-rise buildings and all kinds of shit, like completely engulfed in flames, dude. It was crazy. Like we were right in the middle of that shit. We were right in the middle of that shit when it went down, dude. So yeah,
I remember watching that
I'll
on
never
TV.
forget that.
I
Yeah,
remember watching that like on and just being like, holy shit. Like,
yeah.
and that whole series of events was just like, especially
Oh.
like, I was 15 years old at the time, right?
Yeah,
1992.
I was 19 when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
like
was
all of those
crazy, bro.
things are like burned into my memory,
Yeah,
So,
yeah, big time. Like I said, when we were flying in, when you start getting close to home and you kind of open your side window and start
Yeah.
looking
Yeah, you
to
see
the
it all.
city, you see the lights and stuff. Yeah, we're like looking down. I'm like, oh, check it out, dude. There's a fire. Oh, what the fuck? Like, there's another one. Dude, there's 2 more fires. What the fuck is going? And they're like not little fires. They're like fucking
yeah.
huge fucking fires. We're like, what the fuck is going on down there? Because like I said, the whole week before, we were in fucking Cancun, Mexico, fucking
and no
freaking
phone.
it up.
There's no
Yeah.
internet.
Oh,
There's
there
no
was
internet.
no internet. We didn't even turn on a TV. I mean, even if there was local news that was going to report something like that going on, nobody was watching the fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we had no clue. We were just coming back all fucking suntanned and fucking. You know what I mean? Like, just hanging out in fucking Mexico for a fucking week, and then we land into that shit, dude. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? And yeah, my dad picked us up, and he's like, let's get the fuck out of here. He's like, we gotta roll,
yeah.
like we gotta roll, like hardcore, like let's go. And yeah, we were going, and dude, it was like fucking full chaos in the streets, dude. No joke. Like I said, the city was burning down, bro. It was like, yeah, I'll never fucking forget that. Then we got home and turned on the news, and yeah, it was like a whole.
And we're like, oh,
it was
shit.
like a whole. It was like a whole week of fucking like a war zone out there. It was fucking crazy, bro. My buddy, my best friend, went into downtown LA in the same time because he was gonna go register because he went to the military. He was gonna go register. And he had to go to some like an indoctrination center or whatever, like in downtown LA. He said he went. He goes, they fucking burnt the building down. He goes, the building was on fire that I went to, that I was supposed to go. He was, it was on fire, bro. He's all, dude, I had to get the fuck out of there. He's like, I'm lucky I made it out of there alive, dude. He's always fucking. He goes, I drove up on the sidewalk to get through people, like to fucking get out of there. He goes, it was insane. Yeah, that was scary times, bro. I'll never forget that shit. Power to the people, baby.
Well, I guess I'm definitely listening to Sublime later.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. My friends, it's been good chilling. It always seems like we cut it off too soon, but when you got to go, you got to go. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Ryan,
before
go for
that, if you aren't, again, give my man a sub, give him a like and comment.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. What's up, Chase? Before we're about to shut off, come say hi.
What up, Big Chase?
Going on, Chase?
Chase, baby.
Why don't you tell them? Remember what do we go? We're gonna go to the movies tomorrow. Yeah.
Enjoy that, dude. Enjoy the big screen experience of Return of the Jedi. 100%. It's gonna be awesome.
I told him that your first question was, I hope it's the good version.
Unfortunately, it's the bad version,
I
which
know.
means we'll have to close our eyes once.
Yeah, just close your eyes and plug your ears through those scenes, and you'll be fine. You'll enjoy the rest of it. Trust me, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
All right, man. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for everybody for joining, man. See you guys
Peace
later.
out.
Peace.
Bye.